One of the most overlooked truths in our daily lives is the effect that sleeping after Fajr has on our rizq, productivity, and blessings. Many people think it is just a matter of getting some extra rest, but in reality, this habit carries spiritual, physical, and even financial consequences that most people never realize. Islam is not a religion of restrictions. It is a religion of wisdom, discipline, and balance. Allah has set certain times for prayer, reflection, and work for our own benefit. The time after Fajr is one of those golden opportunities. The Prophet Muhammad made a dua specifically asking Allah to put barakah, blessings in the morning hours for his ummah. That alone should open our eyes. When the Messenger of Allah makes such a supplication, it means that the hours after Fajr hold immense potential for success, both in dunya and akhirah. Yet, what do most of us do? We finish our prayer and rush back to our beds, wasting the very time that carries the most blessing. When a person sleeps after Fajr, they often wake up groggy, heavy, and mentally unfocused. This state lingers throughout the day. Compare that to someone who remains awake, recites some Quran, engages in dhikr, maybe takes a short walk, and begins their tasks early. Their body is energized, their mind is sharp, and they feel spiritually refreshed. This is not just psychology, it is the divine barakah that Allah places in the lives of those who value their mornings. Think about rizq. Sustenance is not only about money. Rizq includes your health, your time, your family, your peace of mind, and the opportunities that come your way. Many people complain that they feel stuck in life, that their work brings no satisfaction, or that their income never seems to be enough. One reason could be the simple habit of neglecting the morning. By sleeping after Fajr, you shut the door to the blessing the Prophet prayed for us to have. On the other hand, those who train themselves to stay awake discover that they achieve more in 2 hours of morning work than in an entire afternoon. That is the power of Barakah. Productivity in Islam is not measured only by output but by quality and consistency. The early hours after Fajr give you clarity that you will not find later in the day. The world is quieter, distractions are minimal, and your heart is more connected to Allah because you just prayed. This is the perfect time to set intentions, make plans, and begin meaningful work. In fact, many scholars and successful people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, have recognized that waking up early is the key to long-term success. Islam told us this 400 years ago. Let us be honest. When we sleep after Fajr, how often do we oversleep? We wake up late, rush into our day, miss out on opportunities, and then complain that life feels unproductive. It is like planting seeds in barren soil. You cannot expect growth. On the other hand, by honoring the morning hours, you plant your seeds in fertile ground, watered with barakah. That is why you will notice that those who discipline themselves to remain awake after Fajr often succeed in both their worldly affairs and their spiritual lives. And yes, the body does need rest. Islam never demands that you harm yourself. The Sunnah gives us a solution. The Qailulas midday nap, a short nap later in the day after Dhuhr or before Asr, refreshes the body and prepares you for the evening. This balance allows you to stay awake after Fajr without harming your health. The problem arises when we trade the blessed morning for deep sleep, then waste the rest of the day with fatigue and regret. If you truly want to change your life, begin by changing your mornings. Instead of rushing to bed after Fajr, sit and make dhikr. Read even a few pages of Quran, plan your tasks, go for a walk and breathe fresh air. Use that time for learning, building, or connecting with family. Watch how your life transforms. You will find that your rizq expands, your mind sharpens, and your heart feels at ease. In short, sleeping after Fajr is not just about losing a few hours of the day. It is about losing a divine gift that Allah placed in your hands. If you value Barakah in your time, health, and sustenance, protect your mornings. Remember, the Prophet prayed for blessings in the morning. Don't let that dua go to waste in your life. The time of Fajr is not just another prayer, it is a divine gift, a sacred doorway that opens into the day. When the believer rises before sunrise, leaves his comfort and sleep, and stands before Allah in Salah, he begins his day in light. But what happens after Fajr is just as important as the prayer itself. Many people pray, say salam, and immediately return to bed. They miss out on one of the greatest spiritual secrets of Islam, the immense blessings hidden in staying awake after Fajr. Staying awake after Fajr is more than a habit, it is a spiritual discipline that transforms the heart. This is the time when the angels of mercy are present, when the world is calm, and when your soul is most open to receiving guidance. The Prophet not only encouraged us to begin our mornings early, but he also made a special dua. Allah, bless my Ummah in their mornings. This supplication reveals that the hours after Fajr are filled with blessings that most people overlook. When you remain awake after Fajr, you are not just staying out of bed, you are entering into a sacred rhythm of life. Your heart is fresh from Salah, your tongue is still moist with dhikr, and your mind is clear. This is the perfect time to connect deeply with Allah. Reciting Quran at this hour penetrates the soul in a way that no other time does. Allah Himself says in the Quran, indeed, the recitation of the Quran at Fajr is ever witnessed. Surah Al-Isra 1778. Think about that. Your Quran recitation at Fajr is witnessed by the angels. Imagine the weight of that on the scale of your deeds. When you sleep away this time, you lose the honor of being among those who recite in the presence of angels. Beyond Quran and dhikr, the time after Fajr is also the best time for dua. The heart is soft. The distractions of the world have not yet begun, and you stand in silence before your Lord. This is when your duas are made with true sincerity. Many of the righteous used to say, whoever cannot wake up for tahajjud, let him at least stay awake after Fajr, for both times carry light. There is also a powerful spiritual psychology here. By staying awake, you train your soul to resist laziness and procrastination. Shaitan whispers to you, just go back to sleep. You can pray later, you can read Quran later, you can work later. But when you fight that whisper and remain awake, you crush the laziness that destroys both dunya and akhirah. You prove to yourself that Allah comes before your comfort. That mindset alone is a spiritual victory. Consider how the righteous predecessors lived. Many scholars, imams, and even ordinary believers dedicated the time after Fajr to knowledge writing, teaching, or worship. They knew that the clarity of mind in these hours is unmatched. Even today, successful people, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, agree that the early hours are the most productive, the most creative. Islam revealed this truth over 400 years ago. Another spiritual secret of staying awake after Fajr is that it sets the tone for your entire day. If you begin with Quran, dhikr, and remembrance, your heart carries that light with you to work, to school, to your family. You interact with people differently. You handle stress differently. Your inner state is calm because it was nurtured in the morning. On the other hand, when you go back to sleep after Fajr, Your day often begins late, rushed and distracted. You feel heavy and that heaviness follows you. Some may argue, but I am tired, I need more sleep. Islam offers a balanced solution. The sunnah is to take a kailulab as midday nap later in the day. This allows you to stay awake after Fajr without depriving your body of rest. The wisdom is clear. Don't waste the blessed hours of the morning. Take your rest at a time that does not steal from your barakah. The spiritual benefits of staying awake after Fajr are endless. You gain closeness to Allah, clarity in your mind, and peace in your heart. Your day is filled with light and barakah. Your productivity increases, but more importantly, your iman deepens. You begin to taste the sweetness of faith, the joy of waking up early for the sake of Allah, and the calm of knowing that you are living in sync with the divine rhythm of life. If you want your life to change, start with this one secret. Do not let the morning slip away. Sit with the Quran, make daka, write down your goals, reflect on your blessings, and most of all, remain awake after Fajr with the intention of seeking Allah's pleasure. That intention alone will fill your day with blessings you never imagined. In truth, staying awake after Fajr is not only about productivity, it is about protecting your soul. It is about ensuring that the first hours of your day are filled with remembrance instead of heedlessness. This is the hidden spiritual secret that most people don't know. The one who values the morning gains both dunya and akhirah. Every human being is given the same 24 hours each day. Yet, some people accomplish extraordinary things while others struggle to manage even the basics. What makes the difference? It is not merely intelligence, wealth, or opportunity. The true difference lies in Barakah, the divine blessing that Allah places in time, in health, in sustenance, and in life itself. Without Barakah, the hours feel empty, the wealth feels insufficient, and the days feel wasted. With Barakah, however, little becomes abundant, and short periods of time produce remarkable results. One of the greatest secrets to unlocking this barakah lies in how we treat the hours after Fajr. The Prophet Muhammad made a special supplication for his Ummah. O Allah, bless my Ummah in the mornings. This dua is a key to understanding the spiritual economics of time. Allah places special blessings in the early hours, and those who honor this time unlock doors of success that remain closed for those who neglect it. Consider this. When you stay awake after Fajr, you are not simply gaining extra working hours. You are tapping into a time of day when the angels record your deeds, when the Quran is witnessed, and when the heart is most at peace. Work done in this time carries a weight and effectiveness that no other time of the day can match. It is as though Allah multiplies the impact of your efforts, granting you outcomes far beyond what your strength alone could achieve. Barakah in time means that you accomplish more in fewer hours. You may spend 1 hour after Fajr reading, writing, planning, or working, and it will equal the productivity of 3 or 4 hours later in the day. This is why so many scholars, thinkers, and even successful professionals throughout history and today testify that the morning is the secret to their achievements. When you dedicate those hours to purposeful action, you are not just managing time, you are unlocking divine barakah. But barakah extends beyond productivity. It spills into your entire life. When you honor the morning, your health improves because your body is aligned with a natural rhythm of rest and wakefulness. Your relationships improve because you begin your day with peace instead of stress. Your spiritual connection deepens because your heart is immersed in remembrance from the earliest hours, and your Rizq expands not necessarily by making you rich, but by giving you contentment, satisfaction, and unexpected opportunities. Think about how many people complain of a lack of time. They say, the day goes by too quickly. I never have enough hours to do what I need. This is not a problem of quantity, but of quality. They may have 24 hours. But without barakah, those hours slip away like water through the fingers. On the other hand, when Allah places barakah in your time, He allows you to achieve with ease what others struggle to accomplish with great effort. Unlocking barakah requires discipline. It means resisting the urge to sleep after Fajr and instead choosing to invest those hours in worship, reflection, purposeful work. It means recognizing that time is not just a resource but a trust from Allah. When you treat it with respect, Allah increases it for you in ways you cannot imagine. This is why the righteous predecessors used to say, time is life. Waste your time and you waste your life. Value your time and Allah will give your life meaning. There is also a spiritual dimension to barakah. When you stay awake after Fajr, you begin your day in the presence of Allah. That consciousness stays with you. It guards you from sin. It strengthens your resolve. And it brings a special light into your actions. You feel guided as though Allah is opening doors for you wherever you go. That is the unseen hand of barakah, steering you toward opportunities, protecting you from harm, and granting you success that others envy but cannot understand. If you reflect deeply, you will realize that barakah is not about quantity, but about quality. A small amount of wealth with barakah will feel abundant, while a large income without barakah will never satisfy. A short amount of time with barakah will produce miracles, while long hours without barakah will leave you drained. A life lived with barakah, even if short, will have more impact and legacy than a long life wasted. So how do we unlock this barakah in time and life? The key lies in honoring the morning, staying awake after Fajr, remembering Allah, and using that time with purpose. It lies in trusting that Allah's promise is true, that the dua of the Prophet is real, and that the blessings of the morning are not to be wasted. Once you discipline yourself to live by this secret, you will see transformations in your life that no amount of effort could bring alone. In the end, the message is simple. Do not chase time. Chase barakah, and you will find that time itself begins to serve you. Your sustenance expands and your life blossoms with blessings.